All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the Bears signing Julio Jones, and the reasoning is this. I like Darnell, but I don't think they have a current clear-cut number 2 option where you can kind of, like a veteran presence that you can rely on, that Justin Fields can form a connection with, can get some chemistry going, a reliable, sturdy veteran, even just if it's a presence. But Julio, at this point in his career, 33 years old, he hasn't posted a 1,000-yard season since 2019. He's been just devastated by injuries the last couple of seasons. I think if you get him onto Chicago, he can play the first half of the season as being the Bears' number 2 wide receiver. Darnell's still going to get plenty. Everyone's still going to get plenty of looks. But this is going to give Justin Fields more confidence. It's going to give him more knowledge. He's going to continue to improve. I just think having a reliable veteran presence in the wide receiver core does a lot for Justin Fields. This is solely based for Justin Fields. This isn't, because I think the Bears need more help at the wide receiver position, or long term, I'm worried about the Bears at the wide receiver position. This is solely for the development of Justin Fields. And this is like the biggest knack on the Bears right now. If you read, articles or even Bears articles, anywhere where the Bears are being talked about, one of the big vocal points is, do they have enough around Fields to give him an actual shot? And to be honest with you, my answer is I think barely. I think they do. I think they do have enough. If somebody gets injured, then we start having some issues. However, that also brings up more of opportunity for the other guys. There's a lot of mouths to feed, but there's not a lot of mouths to feed at all, if that makes sense. I mean, you got Darnell, you got VLS, you got Pringle, you got St. Brown, you got Cole Kmet. It's plenty of mouths. But I think Julio, last season, worst year of his career, so you're going to be able to get him for a good price. But once again, money isn't really an issue for Chicago right now, just considering where they are as a franchise early on in the rebuild. So they're trying to stay financially flexible, and just a 1-year Julio Jones deal that is not going to break the bank 4 years to come. This past year, though, 31 catches for 434 yards in only 10 games. And that's what my thinking is, man. You get Julio. If Julio's actually down to come to Chicago, sign with the Chicago Bears, you run Julio as your wide receiver 2 for the first 8 games. That's it. First 8 games, first 10 games, however long it's going to be. And then hopefully by then, VLS Jones Jr. is developing into what I think he's going to be, which is ultimately, at the very least, an adequate, above-average wide receiver. I think VLS Jones Jr. has very good star potential. So I wouldn't be surprised if he starts emerging as a star. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a very, not like DK-esque rookie season, but like one of those rookie seasons where it's just like, damn, 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. You'd take that from VLS Jones in his rookie season, being, I guess, everything that's considering it, with everything being considered. I don't know why I can't think of the wording on that. A lot of this is going to come down to the offensive line. I do think the offensive line has improved. I think they're going to continue to improve as the season goes on. But I mean, if you don't have more than 3 seconds, if you literally only have 3 seconds to pass the ball, like I said, I like Mooney, I like what they have, but I just think getting a guy like Julio not only is going to just ease pressure off of Justin Fields, but it's just going to give him another threat. It's just going to give him another threat. It's going to help put more pressure on guys that aren't Darnell Mooney. Because like I said, I like Pringle, I like VLS. But if Darnell's your number 1 and say him and Fields are clicking early on in the game and you just throw another body on him, it's going to be hard to establish the offense. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of talking here, but reading an article here, Bears could use Julio Jones' veteran presence not only to help sophomore quarterback Justin Fields, but also to develop an underwhelming group of targets, including this year's 3rd-round draft pick, VLS Jones Jr. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. As always, hit the like button, hit that sub button. We're back at it with the daily uploads, and drop some opinions on this move down below if you like it or if you don't.